Hey, Joe Biden here. Today we're going to take another look at a bug gun, a backup gun for IDPA. This might be the one. This might be the best gun for bug division, I think. It's got more on the pros list than on the cons list, so I'm hoping that that it'll be good. I took it out and ran it in a IDPA local match today. It went pretty well. The gun is the HK P30SK, so we're gonna take a more in-depth look at that in a minute. But I've got some stages to show you. So we'll come back with take a look at the stages, take a look at the gun, and then at the end I'll come back with a pros and cons list, and yeah, we'll talk about whether or not this is the one.
I don't even know. Yeah. My daughter lives in a house.
Okay, so over here with the box, that's the gun in the box. It is a tight fit, but it's like I don't think there's anything you can't get much closer than that. The 26 had quite a bit of room in between the end of the grip and here, even with the magazine in, there was a little bit of room, so it wasn't too terribly tight of a fit. But this is a pretty tight fit. You kind of gotta push the front sight down to get it in there, so you can see it's kind of tight, but it does fit in the box. And I think this is the IDPA official box. I don't know. This is the one I bought it from their website. So if it isn't official, I don't know why they'd be selling it. But just a few things I did to this gun to make it a little bit more for me. I did a poor man's undercut on the trigger guard right here. The index finger of my support hand just kind of, it was hitting too much right there, and so I just cut that out a little bit with my Dremel. It looks kind of hinky, but it feels a lot better. I put the HKparts.com short reset trigger in here. It changed up the single action trigger to be significantly better. The double action trigger is still, double action, but I'm working on that. It's one of the things I'm kind of overcoming with the double single. I'm used to striker fired guns. But the other thing I did was take the extended slide release, magazine release from the HKparts.com. So I'm left-handed, so it's on this side. It's extended, so pushes out a little farther than the stock one. But because it's extended, it was hitting me on this side, so on my support hand. So I just went in there with the Dremel and cut that side off too. It works pretty well. It's one of the struggles with this gun I'm finding out is that I have to change my grip pretty significantly to drop the magazine. So that's kind of one of the cons. But all right, the next thing we're gonna get into is the pros and cons of running the HK P30SK in Bug Division. Okay, so as you saw, there was a lot of stand around and shoot at that match, which I know the guys who put it on, they're good dudes. So it's no big deal, but part part of action shooting is I want to run around and shoot. So it just is what it is. But anyway, it wasn't the best test of this handgun. It's more of a test of how well can I shoot it, which you learn from that. It's not that big of a deal. But anyway, I want to get into a little bit of a pros and cons list about the HK P30SK. Pros: the single action trigger is great. With the short reset trigger from HKParts.com, it's awesome. So it's better than a striker fired gun. So yeah, 99% of the shots are with that single action trigger. So that's awesome. Another pro to the HK P30SK is that it's fully ambidextrous. Being a left-handed guy, that's always important to me. I would probably be running the P30SK all the time if I could find or get one that's ambidextrous. I don't know why. I've said this before. I'll say it again. There's no reason in 2022 that we should be having handguns that aren't fully ambidextrous. You know you can do it. You can do it with the 320. You can do it with the 365. Just do it. So anyway, thank God all the major manufacturers listen to me and are watching this and will probably change. So awesome. Expect that out any day now. Another pro, this gun is as big as you can get and fit in the box. As you saw it in the box, like you can't be any bigger and fit in the box. So this is it's pretty awesome in terms of that. It's a little bit and this is maybe a con, but I get most of my hand on it. My pinky is slightly off, but it's on the magazine and I can grip it. I actually had more of my pinky finger on the Glock 26. I think the difference is just because the width of the slide here is so, because of the double single, that you get a little bit less grip on it. But anyway, it is what it is. I still think that being as big as you can get in the bug box is beneficial. The other thing I like about it is that the Glock 26 had a tendency to the mags would stick. I don't know. I think it's because it's polymer on polymer. I don't really know, and my hand gets in the way because I'm gripping a lot of that. My full grip on a Glock 26 is I'm gripping on the gun, so I literally had to do like this number to release the magazine. Where I still have to release that pinky, but it falls out a little easier, and I think the metal magazines has something to do with that. Yeah. Other than that, it shoots straight. It shoots good. As long as I'm doing my job, the gun will outshoot me. So most will, but anyway, so that's what I'm looking for. Is it, as long as it shoots straight, we're good to go. The few cons I have for it, the paddle style mag release. I don't know if this is popular in Germany or whatever, but I just don't see any advantage to it other than the button. And Agent K must agree with me because on the VP9, they went to a push button release, which everybody else is doing. I don't know. Maybe for the few people who are wondering, like, oh, why don't you try the VP9? That would be great. Except the VP9, they, for whatever reason, it being the VP9SK, it's too big for the box. So the P2000 and the P30SK both fit in the box. The VP9 doesn't. This one is probably the most significant con. Is there's really nowhere for me to put my thumb on this thing, because the slide is so thick or wide this way. There's not really a good place to put my thumb, because like I want to put my thumb up here, and I know you can put it on the slide, and I know that plenty of people do that. It just feels weird and hinky to me, so I end up down here. And another thing, if I'm up on the slide for this, I'm close to hitting, because this release is so long that I'm close to pushing that up, and I don't get slide lock. Which at IDPA you don't have to anymore with the new rules. You can for bugs shoot to 5 and reload with one in the chamber, and that's cool. I think I'm not used to it yet, so I don't really know how to feel about it yet. But so you can do that, but for now I'm going to go to slide lock, and there's just not a great place to put my thumb and not have that push this up and disengage the slide release while I'm holding it. So holster availability isn't great. I was able to hook up with Ryan over at Rain City Tactical. He hooked me up with an awesome holster for this guy. So there's stuff out there. Check out Rain City. They're good folks if you are looking for one. Another con, because of the paddles, kind of goes along with the paddle release. Because of the paddle mag release, I can't just, if there was a button here, I could just push it, and I can kind of get to it and push it down, but I have to, if I'm firing, tilt the gun in my hand. So the gun is not in my hand the way that's how it's going to be while I'm firing it. That's how it's got to be to hit that paddle release. So it's not the end of the world. It's a little gun, and you have to, sometimes you got to make these, circumstances work for shooting and bug. It's just part of the game. But anyway, overall, I think it's going to be a winner. There was a couple of, it seemed like every stage I would go through and there would be like one target where I was just like, the rounds felt good, but I was down 2 or 2 Charlies instead of down 0. So I don't really know yet. I think that there's something that goes along with shooting these guns. Any gun, I think, is just figuring it out. Like, this is how this gun feels to me. This is how it shoots in my hand. This is how I feel shooting it. And that was definitely evident today. For me, in the first stage, I was like, oh, I'm holding way too low. So I was just, the gun wasn't shooting bad. I was shooting 2 rounds right next to one another. But I was just, where I was aiming was too low. So I kind of had these are Dawson sights, same as I should have known, but Dawson sights, same as on my SIGs. And that's kind of rather than a dead 0 hold, you can't see that. I kind of hold here to hit, more center. It's just the way they line up for me. So anyway, I think it's going to be a winner. This will be the gun. So I had to get licenses to go to Italy and shoot the Italian national championship. And when you do that, you have to say, like, what gun are you bringing? What's the serial number? And so, like, I'm locked into this gun. Even if I want to switch between now and September, I can't. So I'm just going to hit it hard until September and see where we end up in Italy. So anyway, last thing, I don't do this for money. Obviously, there's which is odd because there's a ton of money in shooting bug guns. So, but I don't have a Patreon. I don't have any of that stuff. But if you want to support this or support what we're doing, check out our link on. I'll put the link in the comment section for our webpage where you can go and donate to the veterans charities that we partner with. They're all doing great things out there for veterans in the United States. So please support them. Supporting them supports us, and I appreciate it. So thanks. I'll catch you in the next one.